Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into our fearless beer review. We get into the vinyl stuff we picked up, stuff we've been listening to. Jeff's record store, Desert Grooves Records. Huge shout out in Chandler, Arizona. Go check it out. And then we wrap it up with some new music and other happenings in the music world, if anything happened or if anything we want to talk about. So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, share all the posts. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And my name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. So let's get right into this. The Fearless Beer Review. What do you got today, Jeff? Go.
I don't really have anything exciting, but I do have this.
Estrella Jalisco.
Estrella Jalisco.
All right.
Just a Mexican beer. Guadalajara stuffs, you know.
That's one of the not very good Mexican beers, man. It's not a strong one.
It's not top tier. It's certainly not bottom tier. I'll take this over Corona.
No.
Over Corona? Yeah, for sure. Corona's not good. Hey, like Corona right in the middle of that little fucking thing, you can see my hand. Do you see it?
Oh, I do. Yeah, that looks so weird.
No, I don't like that at all. Anyway, that's got to move.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Weird. Yeah, my new fridge.
Yeah, your new refrigerator. Open it up. Show the viewers what you got here. Little beer fridge, huh?
Just Bud Lights.
I thought you were gonna call them something else, but yeah, those are your backies right there.
What else would you call them?
No, you tell me. Why don't you tell me?
Why don't you tell me?
All right. So you got Estrella Jalisco. I have something. I've never had this flavor of Truly before. The strawberry lemonade. I've had the lemonade and I've had the watermelon. Never had the strawberry lemonade. 5% ABV. Truly's are good. It's definitely one of the better seltzers. But
Truly's are good.
Truly's they're decent. And I like the fruit punch ones. Those ones are good. But Tammy always buys these lemonade ones. So we'll see how it goes.
Have you had the I gotta open that. Have you had the Simply Lemonade seltzers or the Simply brand seltzers?
I didn't know Simply had one.
Dude. Because Simply Lemonade and stuff, those are just like top shelf lemonades.
Mm-hmm. Orange juice
they're
too.
Delicious.
Good orange juice too.
Oh, dude, so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have seltzers. I mean, it's just riddled with sugar. And,
of course.
And it's horrible for you, but they're so good.
You know what I saw recently that I have yet to try is the Arizona iced teas.
Yeah.
They're Arizona seltzers now. Smaller cans, but they have the fruit punch flavor, like the really fruity flavors, not the iced tea flavors. So I'm kind of interested in trying those ones out. But anyway, you ready to start drinking?
Yeah, I got my thing here.
All right, here we go.
Ooh. Yeah, that's good.
That is damn delicious. That is really good.
Wow.
Damn. This is definitely better than the regular lemonade and the watermelon. This is good. There's no alcohol in this. Like I don't taste anything.
What's the percent?
5%.
Fiver?
Yeah. A little bit more than a Coors Light.
They double them up. Pour them together. Mix them
together. I didn't put it
highball them, baby. Highball
I didn't
them.
put it in a glass. Putting it truly in a glass seems weird. So
that's stupid.
Yeah,
nobody does that. That's a crushable beer. You don't put crushable beers like that in glasses unless you're going to fancy it up with a lime.
Okay. All right. So let's rate our beers and seltzies based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect beer, 2 is a good beer you're going to continue to drink, 1 is a bad beer but give it a shot, and 0 is a drain pour. So what do you give your Jalisco?
It's a 2. I like this. It's a good beer. I think this is better than Corona because it's not skunky and gross, but you still kind of get that what you want out of a Mexican drink, and it's there, and they're pretty cheap. Not super cheap, like Bud Light's cheap, but they're cheap enough.
All right,
I don't know, that's it.
2 out of 3.
It's a boring beer. I just didn't go to the store.
Same here. I didn't. Well, I went to Costco yesterday and I bought a shit ton of beer because you're coming out here next weekend. This coming up weekend. This coming up weekend.
Yes.
You're going to be.
Well, that is the next weekend, I guess.
It is. But by the time people hear this episode, you'll have already been here and gone home already. So
bunch of idiots.
So yeah, because we're working no effects. So we'll talk about that on the next episode.
Shaboy.
Yeah. Anyway, truly, I will give this a 2.25. This is good. Really, really good stuff. But there's no way I could drink like 10 of these like I could a Coors Light. You know what I mean?
For sure. Like whenever, if and when I go to the pool and have a little thing of beers, I'll put like 1 or 2 seltzers in there. If I want to be out there for, 4 or 5 hours, 1 or 2 seltzers in there. That's it.
Yeah. It's too sweet. It's just too sweet.
It's too sweet.
All right. So let's move on to some vinyl stuff we picked up, stuff we've been listening to. If you want to listen to any of the songs we're talking about, there's going to be a playlist in the description of this episode, a Spotify playlist. So get into that. What do you got this week, Jeff? Go.
I listen to a lot of things. I've been kind of getting more into like different jazz. And so I've been trying to find exactly what type of jazz that I like. And so I listened to a bunch of stuff that I didn't like last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff that like is really, really good, but it's like I don't really need this. So I guess I got rid of. There's an Alice Coltrane record. She's a lot of like spiritual free jazz. It was just too out there for me. I needed to be based a little bit in like melody and structure. Mm-hmm. You can go off the rails if you want, but you got to come back to it.
Yeah.
Some of the Alice Coltrane stuff is just too kooky, too out there. Bill Evans live at the Vanguard, the Village Vanguard. People love that one. People say it's one of the greatest, if not the best live jazz record of all time. It was good.
It was good. What do you subgenre wise? What do you think it is? What would it be?
I think that's like Brubeck style. Okay. It's like it reminded me of like Time Out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of fun to hear the guys in the band play off each other and stuff like that. So those are the 2 things that I did not end up keeping. But I've been trying to get. Like I want like Pharoah Sanders type of like free jazz. I want it to be based in melody, and I want to have like some type of structure, but I want them to like prog, right? Yeah. Like I want you to go off and do your thing, but you got to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Come back to earth. If you don't come back to earth, you lost me.
Yeah.
So I'll keep you apprised of my endeavors.
Got it.
But anyway, the other thing I've been kind of getting into is a lot of like angsty female stuffs, and a lot of what I listened to was just not good. This thing hit hard. This Liz Phair.
People love
this.
Liz Phair.
This record rips, dude. I'd never listened to her. I'd never listened to her ever until 2 weeks ago when we got the record in. We got 3 of her first 3 records in all at the same time. And I was like, which one do people like the most? And it's this one. So I listened to it. It's called Exile in Guyville, early 90s, 93, 94. And it's something, man.
That album
it's
cover
cool.
too
I like
very
it.
Popular. I mean, you see that album cover and you immediately know what it is. Even if you don't know the music, which we obviously didn't know the music.
I had never listened to any, like, even her most popular song on Spotify I've never heard before.
Yeah, I can't name you one song. But I do remember even back when I worked at Tower Records, people always bought this CD. Always bought this Liz Phair CD. So
it's so cool. And that she's topless in the whole shoot, right? So it's like an overall thing, but they just zoomed in on this one particular part, but you can kind of still see like the nipple part of her. Yeah. So it's very, very risque. It's very unbecoming of a woman in the 90s. So it's cool. And this whole record is track by track. It's like a call and response to Exile on Main Street by the Stones. So like her music and the themes and concepts kind of like incorporate that into this one. And I love this record, dude. This was really, really good.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I made it. I made it to win it.
So did you go through another not Riot Girl night, but a female night, I guess, maybe?
Yeah, I spent a lot of like the stuff that I had. And that's where like the Alice Coltrane came in. I was like, I should start there with the jazz because I'm already kind of into the jazz mood, and then transfer here.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I don't know. That was cool. Did you like the song?
I think it was cool. It was very catchy. It's like objectively a really good song, but it's just not my thing. But it was a very good song.
A lot of her songs are very like lo-fi. Like if it's just like her and a guitar and just like downstrokes, but like she has a really nice voice.
A nice voice, yeah.
But she also knows like when to be kind of annoying, right? When to kind of church it up with some nuance.
I thought the song too was catchy. The one that you put in the. But what song was it again? It was
Fucking Run or something.
Yeah, Fucking Run.
Fucking Run.
Yeah, it was a good song though. I did like it, but I don't know if I would ever really
Good.
go back and. I mean, I've never listened to the record, but I don't know if I'd ever go back and listen to this particular song.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So the next thing is Joni Mitchell's Blue. This is 71. This is
God, her voice is incredible.
This is like wildly regarded as one of the best folk records, for sure. Like the best like female folk record, singer songwriter at his peak. I mean, this is what people just aspire to be. And I've never got into it. I don't know why. I've only listened to a handful of Joni Mitchell records, not this one. But dude, this one, maybe just because I was in like a female thing this whole past couple of weeks, this one clicked. And I was like, oh, dude,
you get it.
I like it.
You get it now.
I like it. And I was like reading about it, reading about her and her life, and boo boo boo. And the song that I picked was she had a kid, like when she was young, like 17, 18, 20, 30. I don't know if she was young, like 20, I think. But she had a kid with some guy, and she was still coming up. And like at that time in Canada, if you had a kid and you were not married and you were young, you might as well just die because nobody's gonna give a shit about you. So she gave the kid up for adoption.
Dang.
And like nobody knew until like 95.
Shit.
20 years nobody knew. Not even like nobody knew. So finally, like one of her friends sold that story to like a tabloid, and then it got released. And so her kid was like, "Oh, dude, the time frame matches up to when I've been looking for my mom. Like, I wonder if she's my mom." They reconnect. It's a whole thing.
Dang.
They're still friends to this day. It's fucking wild.
It is.
But she wrote this song. She wrote the song that I chose about like
Little Green.
that experience as a kid. Yeah, Little Green as a kid giving up a kid for adoption.
Dang, that's
And it's
heavy.
It's fucking wild, man. This album is so goddamn good.
Should we do Joni Mitchell on the pod?
Like, I could not believe I've slept on this record for this long. And, like, for someone that likes folk music and this, I just cannot believe I've slept on this.
I don't think I know I've heard Joni Mitchell songs outside of this one song, obviously, but I can't put my finger on any of them. But I mean, her voice is amazing. It really is amazing.
She did that record, that Charles Mingus record, the two of them, or I think he composed it and then she wrote the lyrics or the melodies or something like that. But they did a record together before he died.
Okay.
So that's the one I go back to the most. But even that record I don't really like. I think it's just a weird combination of the two.
It seems like it'd be very disjointed. It wouldn't make much sense.
And this was the first record that I used my little gun on, my new gun, my little anti-static
Talk
gun.
about that. I'm still kind of confused how it works, but
so
what is it?
So I guess what happens, it's this anti-static gun, and what it does is you pull the trigger and it shoots positive ions onto your record surface.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you release the trigger, it then shoots like negative ions on the record surface. And so I guess when the positive ions get there, it attaches to all the static and everything. And so when you release it slowly, the negative ions get shot, counteract, and it's supposed to get rid of all the static on your records.
Jeez.
And out here in Arizona, where we get like an inch of rain a year, there's no moisture in this air whatsoever. And every record that I own is fucking staticky. Yeah. So I shot Joni Mitchell with this one. And dude, let me tell you, it was unreal. And I was like, maybe it was just like the pricing was good. Let me get another record that I know and listen to. And it's really clean. So I threw on like the Album Mingus because it's an original, super clean, shot that one up. And I was like, oh my God. It was like an entire different record.
Really? That's crazy that
it was
really
wild.
Hear that much of a difference.
Could not believe it. And it sounds like fucking space magic, right? It sounds bizarre. It
sounds like you got scammed.
And like you shoot your arm with it and like nothing happens. Yeah. But like I noticed that when you release slowly, you can hear like almost like a hissing noise. So I don't know what that is, but
the fuck,
dude, it works.
Does it have like a cartridge or like what? Do you have to refill?
No, you don't even know that it works. But it came with like a little tiny, like a little thing, like a little cylinder, like a small cylinder, and on the gun, on the barrel of the gun, in the inside, there's a little metal rod that sticks out like maybe like a quarter of an inch, but it's encased. So the only way to know if the gun's even working is you stick that metal rod into the little piece that it comes in. In that piece, there's a small, tiny little light bulb. And so when you press the trigger, if that light bulb turns on and flickers, then you know it's shooting the positive fucking things. That's the only way you even know if it's even working.
I looked it up too. These things are like $100, $150.
Yeah, they're expensive. Yeah. They're pricey. But like, dude, like you go to the Steve Hoffman forums, people swear by him. People love him. People use him. They like him.
You literally tried it, and you noticed a pretty significant improvement.
Dude, I'm like, just again, there's so much static out here. Everything. You get shocked every time you put a record on.
Every damn time I touch your turntable, I get shocked. When I'm taking a record off, when I'm putting a new record on, I get shocked every fucking time. I mean, it's one of those. I get so annoyed. I get so mad when it happens too. Because every time it happens, you say something, and then that makes me more mad.
You gotta say something.
It's so annoying.
It's cool. It's cool. It's good. It was a good listening weekend.
Good listening.
A lot of jazz.
All right. So that's all you got.
That's all you got.
So I just have one thing. I got a new record this week, and it's from a band called Viva Hate. Not to be confused with the Morrissey record Viva Hate, but the band is called Viva Hate. They're a psychobilly. They were a psychobilly band. They had only ever put out a couple EPs and then this one album, which was a combination of, or they put out one EP and a couple singles. This is a combination of that plus a few extra other songs. And this band put this record out in 2009, I believe. No, 2016. 2016. The original, all the songs were written and recorded back in 07 and 08, but this compilation, I guess, if you want to call it that, came out in 2016. It's only ever been pressed once. And this psychobilly band, it features Jeff Kresge on bass, stand-up bass, Eric Razzo, who plays with Fear now, and then Greg Utter, who played in Swinging Utters, and also Matt Wedgley, who played in Circus Tents, Bay Area hardcore band, The Force, with Hunter from AFI, and then he was also in that 7-inch that you and I have, or you... Panic Inc. Yeah, it's that same singer. So it's that 4-piece. I've always loved these songs. I mean, I'm obviously a huge Jeff Kresge fan, and this one hasn't been on sale on Discogs in almost 3 years now, I think it was. So it's been on my one list. I've been waiting for it, and it finally popped this week, and I got it, and it's the cheapest it's ever sold for. So I lucked out on that too. And not only that, normally when it sells, it doesn't come with the accompanying comic book or sticker or anything like that. But this one did. It didn't say it did, but when I got it, the comic book was in there. So it's like a 14-page little comic that Matt Wedgley wrote, and it tells the story of the album. So like the lyrics are interspersed in the comic, and he drew everything, he illustrated everything, and then there's parts of it that are just kind of like blank, and it says to read it. You could read if you have a UV or a black light, you could read it. It's all in invisible ink. So it's like this kind of interactive thing, and the sticker's in there. The only thing that's missing is the pin and the little flashlight.
There's a lot of stuff to come with one record.
I know. And it came with a little download card, and it was like a credit card. It wasn't just like a piece of paper. It's like kind of like a credit card, and it's a download card. Yeah. So I'm stoked. I like I said, I've been waiting years for this to pop back up on Discogs, and it finally did for cheap. So, or cheaper than it has been with the comic on top of it. So I'm happy about it. I'm very, very happy about it.
What is the comic? Is it like a lyric thing?
Yeah, it's not like all the lyrics, but it's just like the main lyrics from like all the songs, and it kind of tells the story. But I don't have a blacklight, so I don't know what the invisible ink part says. So I can't tell you what.
Can it be blacklights?
No, I don't need blacklights. No. Chump. But yeah. Anyway, short-lived band. Not many people have heard of them, but really good psychobilly music, kind of rock and roll too. It kind of has this like rock and roll feel, some of the songs. But it's a shame they didn't put out more, but I guess, that's just the East Bay scene. That's what like East Bay hardcore is known for, is putting out, a band puts out like one EP. They put out like
one and done.
Yeah, it's a very one and done scene. And that's what this band is. So anyway, that's all I got. I just wanted to talk about that because it's super red. Oh yeah. Might as well just show you because I have it right here. I don't even know why. I literally put it next to me. Right there. So there's the all black cover. I just wanted to show the comic real quick. Hold on. Fuck is it?
Not
comes in a little case, a little plastic case.
Oh, that's cool.
With the Matt Wedgley sticker on it to close it. So, yeah, dude, it's like he fucking illustrated. He did everything. But yeah, you see what I mean? It's like all that open white space. That all has writing in it, but it's all invisible ink. So
that's wild.
So yeah, there's
cool.
there's just shit everywhere. So I need to get a Blacklight because I want to read through all of it.
That's very RKL.
Yeah.
There's only other band that I know that did that.
There's a lot of work that went into this for a band that didn't do much at all. You know, they barely played very big shows. So
that's cool. Yeah, you gotta respect that, right?
Yeah.
If we're gonna release a record, let's do everything we possibly can to achieve our dreams.
Mm-hmm.
If this is only gonna be the only thing we ever do,
it's really
That's
sick,
cool.
really sick. So there you go. That's all I got for that.
That's cool.
For the vinyls. And I guess like the one big thing that happened this week was Chris Christopherson died yesterday. But by the time you hear this, it's going to be a week old, but whatever. But yeah, he died. And you like him a lot. He's good. He's great. But I'm not like...
His first
big
two
on
records are amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Okay. I believe you.
And like, dude, come on, the guy, like, he's done everything. He's done amazing music. He's been in movies, right? He was in Blade. Everybody likes Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. What was
Our boys over in the UK?
Yeah, Skip. What was that super group again? Who was it with? It was him, Johnny Cash.
The Highwaymen.
Highwaymen. Him, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings. There was a fourth one, right?
The fourth one, big country guy.
Oh, it's Willie Nelson, huh?
Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson.
That's it.
Yeah.
But
Great record.
I feel like you've made me listen to that before, but I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know. It was like 89. I mean, he was up there.
Yeah.
He was up there. But anyway, that's about it, I think, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, it is sad when people die because, you know, you see your heroes kind of like go off and be gone. But it's like, bro, James Earl Jones, he was old.
Yeah, he was old.
Chris Christopherson, he was old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, old.
Just thinking, like, in 10 years, most of everybody that we like grew up with are going to be dead. You know, musicians, movie stars, they're going to be dead in like 10 years, all of them.
Yeah. That's true.
It's crazy. All the iconic ones, your Led Zeppelins, the Beatles, Sabbath, Stoneses,
your Sabbaths.
Like, and then like movies like Harrison Ford's probably going to be dead in 10 years. You know what
I don't know how he's not dead already. Yeah.
Or but people like that, like all of our Star Wars people are just George Lucas is probably going to be dead in 10 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, like to think that like Woodstock, right, happened what, almost 50 years ago? 60,
Over 50 years ago. 56 years ago. No, 55 years ago.
19, 20, 22, 23, 24.
You know, 60.
Yeah, like 55 years ago.
Wait. Oh, yeah, 55 years ago, yeah. Yeah.
That's
summer
crazy.
69. Right?
Come first, it's dream.
God, I know. I right when I said that, I thought that song, and I hated it. I hate that song. But yeah, that's a long fucking 55 years ago, man.
55 years ago. So like if they were, 20 when they play, they're going to be
They're mid-70s now. They're mid-70s now.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So yeah, like 10 years, dude. They're, like people that played at Woodstock are probably going to be dead in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. Time, baby. Time.
Let's call time, dude.
All right. So that's all I have for this one. Stay tuned for the main episode. We're not in a season right now. Actually, we'll talk about it off the pod. But we maybe we'll go into a new season. I don't know. But right now we're not doing a season, so stay tuned. We're doing Bad Brains. Get into it. And that's it. That's all.